Welcome back to day one, U.S. Open qualifying. The shadows of Louis Armstrong Stadium. Court 17 underway in the second set. Near court serving is the American Katerina Stewart. And she took the first set over Yuliya Beygelzimer, 6-3. Stewart ranked 526 in the world. Beygelzimer 175.
Go Stewart.
Stewart makes quick work of Beygelzimer here in her first service game. Stewart, only 17 years of age, one of the up-and-coming Americans that Adam talked about last segment. Resides in Coral Gables, Florida, against the 30-year-old Beygelzimer. And Stewart, the ranking not up there yet, but a lot expected out of her.
She's been playing some great tennis of late. I was told earlier that I think her match win streak right now in juniors and 10,000 events, ITF events, is at 30. I believe. So she is definitely full of confidence. And she's young, so it's kind of like Zverev. You know, the ranking doesn't indicate the quality of the play. They just haven't had enough time to accumulate those points.
First match ever between these two.
Love 15.
Beygelzimer, a two-time Ukrainian Olympic team member in 2000 as well as 2004.
Well, that's what you see. That's what you're going to get from Katerina Stewart. She plays very high margin over the net, lots of spin, tries to hit a heavy ball, works the point around. Pretty conservative player, not going to hit a whole lot of winners in this match so far. After 10 games, she's only hit 5 winners. Actually, sorry, 9 winners all told, so that's not too bad. 18 unforced errors.
You
see Beygelzimer trying to capitalize on the fact that Katerina Stewart is standing so far behind the baseline. Looking for opportunities to take those high floaty shots out of the air. Not very easy to do, but effective.
Beygelzimer 0-9 all-time in Grand Slams, 0-2 in the main draw at the U.S. Open.
What did you say your ranking was?
175.
I've seen Katerina Stewart play a lot of junior tennis. She actually came out and worked with my father for a little bit on the serve. I hit against her. And she is a very, very good athlete around the court. It just looks like Beygelzimer is having a tough time finding high percentage ways to consistently hurt Katerina.
Faces a couple of break points here. Beygelzimer made the main draw at the French Open this year. Lost in round one. to Carla Suarez Navarro. Lost in the second round of qualifying at Wimbledon. This is well wide, trying to go inside out there, and Stewart gets the early break and leads 2-love in the second after winning the first set 6-3. 30-year-old Yuliya Beygelzimer from the Ukraine. Lost in the opening round of qualifying last year here at the US Open. She has been a pro since 2001.
Let second service.
Forehand winner for Stewart. Brett Stover and Taylor Dent. You're on court 17. Day one of qualifying.
Left for service.
And you see a lot of shanks these days from players that hit with a lot of spin. It's just through the contact zone, they're coming up so steeply that, and there you have so much racket head speed that's bound to happen from time to time. If you have a flatter stroke that makes that contact zone very long, you're a lot less likely to have those spectacular shanks.
Misfires on the second serve. 15-30.
We'll see if Beygelzimer can regroup here. Obviously, there's a good chance that Katerina Stewart might be feeling a little pressure. Bad forehand, double fault. Certainly don't want to be giving away too many cheap points. Well, let's just test out the nerves.
Well done.
That is awesome. Awesome stuff by Katerina Stewart, really making the court huge for Beygelzimer. Hit a couple of great backhand angles cross court, hitting her outside the doubles alley, another angle. Even if Beygelzimer was going to get that ball and put it back in play, she still had a whole lot of work to do to get back in that ball.
A bit of damage. That second serve. Second set. Stewart, the American, 17 years old, up a set and a break. fit it into the telecast, but it's not a spot. And a reminder, ESPN's coverage begins Monday at 1 Eastern, 2014 U.S. Open. We've got qualifying all week long. This is day 1. 4 will be with you through Friday here on CBS Sports Network. Stewart took the first set 6-3. She's up 3-0 in the second.
And Stewart looks like she's got a good game. The only problem I see is anytime you hit the ball high over the net, there's not going to be a lot of pace on it. There just can't be. You know, if you're putting a lot of pace on balls that are high over the net, they're going to go over the stadium. So depth is key, right? Because you're just not going to. And she really struggles keeping these balls deep frequently enough. So if she runs up against some of the top women.
So what's the answer to that?
Well,
to improve?
The answer is that she's going to need to get beat up by those top women and realize that, oh, shoot, I can't play that safe. You know, right now she's playing incredibly safe, and Beygelzimer's just not able to step in and punish her consistently. But believe me, you know, play against somebody like Sharapova, play against somebody like Serena Williams, anybody really in the top 10, top 20. She's going to find it tough. She's going to, yeah. Even that one's a little on the short side. That was better.
Comes up to take that one, but into the net.
I'm a big fan of swinging volleys, but not when that ball gets below the level of the net. By the time she hit that, was around her shins. Makes the level of difficulty pretty high.
Unforced errors, 20 now for Stewart, 35 for Beygelzimer.
(40-15).
Beygelzimer trying to get on the board here in the second set.
Game, Beygelzimer.
Beygelzimer on the board at 3-1.
3 games to 1.
Second. With more on the young American, we send it down to Katerina Adams.
It's been real exciting sitting in the corner watching Katerina Stewart, the way she moves around the court, just her demeanor. She's very calm. She's playing with a lot of confidence. And Taylor, you did mention some of the things that she needs to work on, but that's going to come with time. I mean, playing in the juniors and playing in the pros, 2 different levels as we know. But I think she's really going to be a good player because she shows a lot of variety in her game at such a young age.
So obviously, Katrina, what on TV, it's a little tough. Where we are, it's a little tough to see the height over the net. On average, how high are these balls that Katerina Stewart is hitting over the net?
Well, I mean, some of them are probably 10 feet over the net, especially with the heavy loopers, especially those that are falling short in the court. Even on some of the slices are probably 6 feet over the net. And those are the shots that she really needs to focus on driving through and getting those balls a lot lower. Like that one, 15 feet.
And what we were talking about is it's okay to hit the ball that high over the net, but you better be hitting it close to the baseline. And a lot of times, Katerina is landing those closer to the service line. What's Sharapova going to do with that? What's Serena going to do with that?
Absolutely. I think the opponent today is allowing her to do that, but even though she's hitting those balls high, she really steps up the second or third ball and comes up with a short angle or a lower ball. So I think it's part of her strategy of using the variety, but she will have to get a lot more astute in getting those balls deeper.
Katerina, we've talked throughout the day
40-15.
the nice weather. Let us in on the conditions down there on the court.
It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a picture-perfect day for tennis. A slight breeze, not too warm, relatively no humidity out here. So I think it's quite comfortable for the players today. It's been a bit loud, though. These planes have been coming over quite frequently and right over the court.
Yeah, that'll be a little bit different, as Taylor alluded to earlier. That'll be a little bit different starting next week. Stewart holds serve.
4-1. Second set.
4-1. Day one. US Open qualifying. Katerina Stewart, 17-year-old American, trying to win this in straight sets up a break in the second over Yuliya Beygelzimer. Advance to the second round of qualifying, and again, the final 16 in qualifying make the main draw, so you must get 3 wins.
Left for service. Left.
That was the first return she's missed all set. She's 12 of 13, and in the match, she's 50 of 54 returns put in. That is incredible. 93% for the match.
all. 15-13.
Stewart with a couple of break point opportunities. Stewart 4 for 10. Katerina of 2 breaks as we send it to Katrina with one of the U.S. Open's greatest fans.
Yes, I'm here with Greta Shore, and Greta's been coming here for many years. Greta, what is it about qualifying that you enjoy so much?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me here today. She's a doll. The thing that I like it most is the proximity to the court. I like being right here in this seat. I love this seat. I love the comfortable chairs. I like being next to the court. I like being able to really almost look in the players' eyes. You can see the color of their eyes. I like sitting next to their coaches, their families, their friends. I feel like I'm part of this great tennis family, and that's why I come.
That's great. And you mentioned earlier that you love tiebreakers. Why?
Well, it's exciting. The stadium fires up, the people start cheering for one person for the other, and it's electric. The place lights up, and it's exciting.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for being one of the U.S. Open's greatest fans.
Indeed. Hey, we might need to bring Greta in to do some analysis.
For the tiebreakers especially.
Exactly. We saw a couple in our last women's match on this court. Falcone winning in straight sets.
15.
Both in a tiebreak. And here's Stewart trying to take care of business. 2 points from victory. Brings us to match point.
Beygelzimer was thinking that serve might have been out. With no replay, it's not going to matter. Match point for Stewart.
Wins in emphatic fashion.
6-3, 6-1.
3-1 for Katerina Stewart, the 17-year-old American here on court 17. Advancing to the second round of qualifying.
What a way to finish it off. You can see that's good composure to hold that excitement in until it's over. That's fun for her. Congratulations. That's fun.
Never played in a Grand Slam, not just yet. She's 2 wins away from getting into the main draw here at the U.S. Open against Melnikova or Tsurenko.
You know, just based on Katerina's game, she's going to have a chance in all these matches if she doesn't come across people like what we saw earlier, like a Radechka or a Lucic, Baroni. Anybody with a lot of firepower that's going to be able to punish her shots that land around the service line, she's going to struggle with a little bit. But if they don't really have a huge weapon, she doesn't miss much. She's a good athlete. She fights hard. She's going to be in any one of those matches.
She advances. I think she's going to have some fans behind her. Easy to root for, the 17-year-old Katerina Stewart. In straight sets. 6-3, 6-1. Day one of qualifying here at the U.S. Open. Couple more hours to go.